Merced says Lucia is too greedy.
Well, at first it was, everything was great. Now she just wants to get hers.
She says she's just a little needy.
Maybe if you would try complimenting me like you should.
But she had a perceptive blind date.
What's his problem, man? Do we have an eye doctor in here?
And he got to it very speedy.
All she wants is nice things, and Mr. Man here can't give it to her.
Meanwhile, Merced's date gave him something nice.
I was feeding him food off my plate.
Now, will they reawaken their romance?
You snooze, you lose.
Or have a change of heart?
Welcome to Change of Heart. This is a show where couples who've reached a crossroads in their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new. So now let's meet our couple and hear how they met. Well, he was actually getting a buzz in a barbershop when she brushed by. Now, he says that her tight jeans and lovely hair sent him into a spin. Well, they exchanged phone numbers, and they've been busy bees for the past 6 months now. Please welcome Merced Bacon and Lucia Rife. Welcome to the show. Now, you guys are here, Merced, because your relationship has become more of a buzzkill, I guess, kind of thing. What about Lucia outside of those tight jeans that you saw? Is she just as sexy and exciting?
Very. She's very spontaneous and crazy. Yeah. I mean, when it first started off, we had sex everywhere, in the car.
Yeah.
My house, her house, friends' houses.
And still like that?
Well, now,
Well, it doesn't really matter because I feel personally that sex isn't all that important. And being a woman, that I don't need it every day.
I would take that as a big no.
I don't need it every day.
Not the same.
Well, I mean, at first it was, everything was great. Now, she just wants to get hers,
Oh, okay.
Women's rights.
I don't think so.
Lucia, what about this guy outside the bedroom? Is he as loving? Is he caring in your relationship?
Well, not necessarily.
No points there.
No, not a lot of points there. I mean, he does what he can.
No.
Yeah, well, you do what you can, but he's not romantic.
All you do is go hang out with your girls.
He doesn't have any public affection.
Go to the
Won't even hold
clubs.
my hand high, like I'm not cute.
Okay, it's like this. I mean, she goes out to the clubs with her girls all the time, wearing as sexy outfits as possible, showing her boobs, right, to every guy in the club, getting drunk. I mean,
well, on the good side of that, though, she seems to be pretty confident and secure with herself. Is she always like that?
Yeah, she's a good girl. I mean, she talks about her weight a lot. I mean, what woman doesn't?
Right, yeah, that's always a touchy point.
You complain about it all the time, but still, I go to the gym, I try to work out.
No, she used to go to the gym. And, she was doing this Taibo and this and that.
Well, maybe if you would try complimenting me and making me feel beautiful like you should.
Well, maybe.
I mean, really.
Well, Lucia, would you say that he appreciates the way you look?
Well, he likes to complain about the way I dress a lot.
Right.
When I go to the club, he thinks I get sexy for everybody else. Well, of course I'm gonna get cute because I'm going to the club.
Right. But
where do we go? To the movies?
She wants me to hold her hand.
To the movies. Like I'm gonna go by.
You ashamed to show that you're with her?
Go to the movies.
Okay, what?
Killing me.
Well, maybe if you came over wearing something like you went to the club, I would take you to a nice restaurant, right?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
now, Lucia, what about his friends? Does he show you off to his friends? So he doesn't act embarrassed then? No?
No, there was one altercation that we had with his friends. I went out with this friend of his, a couple of friends of his, and it was like a date. We went to the club.
No,
everyone
that's
was
not
out.
how it happened. Let me tell my version of what happened, okay? Basically, me and a friend of mine, we had fell out at a certain time. Her and this girl, the neighborhood slut that everyone knows,
were
running together. And one of my boys just happened to see them and let me know. And, I find out that she's like rolling out with them.
So that bother you a little bit then.
Well, like
who's the boss
girl
in the
that I'm
relationship? In this relationship between the two of you?
Well, let her tell it she's the boss. I mean, she's very bossy. She thinks she knows everything.
And do you?
I do not. Well, I know a lot.
Oh, I'm just checking.
I rest my case.
All right.
I know a lot, but it doesn't really matter because I don't feel like I'm too bossy, whereas whatever you say doesn't mean anything
now,
to
Lucia, when you guys are arguing, how does it usually end?
Well, I look at his eyes, and they're very sexy, and I think that his eyelashes are beautiful, and he always seems to say the right thing.
So that it ends on a good note, I guess. Yeah. All right, Merced, if you had to pick something, what do you like most about Lucia?
She's a nice girl. She puts time and effort into, like, planning nice things for us. Like, this one time, she invited me over. And when I got there, she had like candles lit, incense. She gave me this nice long massage, and we had sex all night long.
And that's your kind of night, I guess.
Right.
Now, Merced, if you don't like her spending time with other guys, why come on the show and make sure she goes out on a date?
Well, I was just looking to see if I could find someone maybe that was like loyal, that can like, you know, compatible with me, that would get along, right, you know.
All about you.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
All right, coming up next. Did Merced's date dress all sexy and seductive for him? Find out. Here with Merced and Lucia. Now, we're about to meet his date. He was looking for someone a little sexier, but a little less bossy. So we set him up with a fiery, svelte club promoter to see if she can burn him up. Please welcome Donna Gonzalez. Hi, Donna. Good to see you. Well, Lucia, let me ask you, do you think that Donna was able to pull out Merced's romantic side?
I don't think if I can't, I don't think that she could.
You don't think it happened there either, then?
No.
A little Mexican spice up in there.
Yeah. But don't get it twisted with the Italian stallion.
So, Donna, you started out with phone conversations. What was your first impression there?
Oh, we had some really great conversations. One time we were on the phone for about an hour. We have a lot in common. He's really sweet. We just had a lot in common. We had a lot to talk about.
So you liked your phone calls. What about when you met in person? Were you just as happy?
Oh, he was my exact type. You know, he had the bald head and the goatee going on. He has a really nice smile, some warm eyes. You know.
So no complaints there then.
No, it was all good.
And Merced, when you guys finally met, could you tell she put some effort into hooking up with you?
Well, when I first got there, she sent her sister down. She opened the door and, you know, asked her sister, oh, did she send you down to check me out? You know, and later on I found out that when her sister saw me, she thought I was cute, and she changed like 3 times before she came out to me.
Now, Merced, you were complaining about Lucia's wardrobe earlier, so she changed all these times. Did she dress sexy for you?
Well, I wanted her to wear a skirt or a dress for me, but she wore pants, so I was a little disappointed.
I wore a skirt today because I didn't wear one on the date, so I got this just for him.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it just for him.
Now, Donna, Lucia said earlier that Merced's not romantic. Did you get that same impression? You had a date with him?
No, he brought me a beautiful bouquet of daisies. I'd never had a guy bring me flowers before. And so he got me those. And
You mean
he was very
no one's ever brought you flowers?
No.
Now, Lucia, you have to admit, that's a nice romantic thing to do, right?
Yeah, that's nice and romantic, but it's only the first date. Things tend to change.
All right, so Merced, you start out swinging pretty good. What else do you do, though, to make it as romantic as possible?
Well, we went to a restaurant and I asked him specifically for an intimate table, you know, like in the corner somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, a little privacy, right?
Now you want to be all nice and romantic.
So when we got there, they had us like in the middle of like this room where everyone was.
He
and
wasn't having that.
You didn't like that?
No. I asked the hostess, I was like, well, you know, we asked for a specific table, so, you know.
So you got some romantic space. Okay, but Donna, during dinner, was he into you? Or was he into food? Or
No, he was totally into me. I was feeding him food off my plate. And, you know, we had a lot of eye contact, and he was very warm and into me and everything I was saying, and, you know. It was just all
Now,
about
Lucia, when you guys are out to dinner, are you flirting with him that way, or is he flirting with you?
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, his eyes are very sexy. I'm sure she couldn't help but look at him.
There you go. Now, Merced, a lot of times when you go out on a first date with women, they're really, you know, not into eating. They don't want to do too much. How about her? Hearty appetite or no?
No, she ate. I mean, most women are a little insecure about their weight.
Of course she ate.
made
Look at
one
her.
comment, but not as many comments as Lucia makes about her weight.
So what about after dinner, Merced? Was there still some flirting and romanticness going on?
Well, we talked for a little while. We went up to, I guess it was like an inspiration point or something like that. Mulholland or something. We were overlooking the city and just talking. So she was kind of cold. So I hugged her and gave her a little kiss.
Now, Donna, we also heard from Lucia that Merced can be a little selfish. Did you sense that at all about this guy?
No, I was actually feeling kind of sick, and all night he was like, "How are you feeling?" He gave me his jacket when I was cold, asking me if I wanted to go get some medicine, if there was anything he could do to make me feel more comfortable. He was.
It sounds like it was a good night then.
Yeah.
What time did things finally wrap up?
Well, we went back to my house probably around 2:30, 3 o'clock, and we kind of hung out on the couch. He was like rubbing my legs, saying, you know, they were nice and muscular because I work out, and he was, you know, touching me, and it was cool.
But not for nothing. That's good. But not for nothing. I guess you got to ask Lucia. She's talking about being there 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, being all touchy-feely, and you're sitting there smiling. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that there was anything he saw in her that really would make it go any further.
Oh, okay. She's all confident.
No.
And Merced, now, since she wasn't feeling good and had a cold or whatever, did that prevent you guys from, you know, mugging down or doing anything?
Well, she was sick, so I was being a gentleman, but if she wasn't sick...
But it would have happened if it wasn't.
Yeah, I think it would have.
So did you play nurse all night and stay over and take care of her, or what?
I stayed for a while. I left about 4 o'clock, and then I got outside, and then my battery died on my car.
Oh, shucks!
No, he has
that.
a really cool old vintage 1962 car. It's you know, it's a big old pimp daddy car. You gotta give him to him. But it's old, and he just done the rewiring, you know, because of his radio.
So you got a dead battery. Then what? You got to.
So luckily, I just happened to see this guy that was like going my way, the last car on the street that night. And he gave me a ride. So then the next day...
He could have come upstairs. I told him that he could have come upstairs and I would have taken him home or given him a jump.
Well, see, that would have been a nice out. Well, but what happened the next day?
Well, the next day, I came over with Lucia. She came to help me pick up my car, and her and Donna met.
Oh, they actually did meet face to face then. Well, that was nice. And Lucia, did you feel threatened at all at that point?
Absolutely not. I haven't felt threatened the whole time.
Oh. And Donna, what was that like for you? That had to be a little bit weird.
No, she was very friendly, but I kind of got a little insecure vibe from her because she was like, "Oh, honey," and making sure I knew that was her man. I mean, she wanted to get
stamping out that territory.
Why wouldn't
Okay.
I?
Was the physical chemistry between Merced and Donna enough to give them a change of heart? We're going to find out later. Next, though, we'll meet Lucia's date, so stay here. Date with Donna. Now we're going to meet Lucia's date. Now, she was looking for a romantic guy who would appreciate the way she looks. So we found a suave romantic stud who says that kisses are only the beginning of a dreamy evening. Please welcome William Moorer. William, good to see you, man. How you doing? Quite a welcome. Yeah. Merced, that's quite a welcome. You have to agree. Now, Merced, do you think that William could light Lucia's fires?
Maybe with a few drinks.
All right, Lucia, what ideas did you have for your date?
Well, I thought that it would be very nice for us to go on to a picnic, something nice and romantic, which Merced never does.
Oh. Naughty boy, naughty boy, naughty boy. Maybe if you would motivate naughty boy, naughty boy, naughty boy.
William?
Let's not start.
Since you had the ideas and sort of had the plan there, did you find she was a little bit bossy since she was picking everything?
Not at all. All she wants is nice things, and Mr. Man here can't give it to her, so, you know.
You had it delivered.
I can't give it to her.
Right. She's not bossy at all. I mean, actually, we went to the market together, and we got the food, and we agreed on it.
Now, William, how about back up for just a second? When you met her, though, did her looks get you into the mood for the picnic?
Yeah, when I first saw her, I mean, look at her. Look at her. What's his problem, man? What's wrong with him?
Hey, gotta have variety, sir.
Okay.
No. You snooze, you lose, though, man. Watch out.
Never sleep. I never sleep, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Now, William, one of the things that Merced was complaining about, she dresses kind of casual, whatever, for the dates. How'd she dress for you?
She was gorgeous. She was out of this world.
Wearing it, fixed it up nice?
Yep. And do we have an eye doctor in here?
Now, Lucia, what about you? Were you impressed when you met William?
Yeah, I was impressed. William is definitely very handsome. He's not everything that I was expecting to be. I didn't know, but he was absolutely, definitely fine to me.
So you were off to a good start then. Now, Lucia, what about affection and romance? Was he making up for anything he lacked elsewhere?
Yes, he was absolutely very nice, very romantic, lots of affection. He gave me a nice little massage when we were at the beach.
Even though we were on the beach and there was people on the beach, I mean, it felt like we were alone, you know. There was no, I mean,
Now, what about you, Merced? Do you ever do that? Do you ever do little touches like that for her?
I don't even think Merced knows the word massage.
He doesn't have it in here. He doesn't have it in here.
He was rubbing my leg and stuff. It seemed like he knew it.
Right, the leg though. See, that's easy. That's too easy.
I massage.
You gotta put in work, man.
I massage behind doors, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Lucia,
Yes.
in
What else do you do
comparing the-
behind closed doors?
Lucia, in comparing the two guys, how else is William different?
He's a very good listener. He listened to me the whole time. It was basically all about me, which that's how we wanted it to be. And he liked it that way.
Sounds nice.
All right, William, I got to ask you one thing about the massage because Merced said Lucia's a little, self-conscious about her weight, and then there you are giving her a rub down. Did she act like she was a little worried?
She mentioned once about not picking her fat, but I didn't see any fat on her. I don't know what he sees. I don't understand it all. I mean,
You
here
didn't have
I
a problem
am
with
giving
that.
her a massage, right?
She had clothes on, right?
Yeah, she had clothes on.
Now, Lucia, what about as the night went on? Did William continue to pour on some of those romantic moves?
Yeah, he was very attentive as to whatever I was talking about. On the way home in the car, he sang to me a little song.
Very romantic.
That was by Joe, and it was, I will do all the things that your man won't do.
Oh.
It was nice.
Mama said he got
It
your
was
song.
refreshing.
It was perfect for the, 'cause
Yeah.
all the
All right,
things.
now we know Merced doesn't, you don't massage. Do you sing to her?
Yeah, I got a few songs I sing, like
Baby, I'm back.
let me think of a song.
Maybe we don't want to know. I don't know.
We don't.
Now,
Broke
Lucia,
the record, something.
all in all, here you are with a guy that seemed to be really romantic, a little different than Merced. How'd that feel to you?
It felt great. It was very refreshing to have someone really pay attention to me and really take into consideration my needs and what I wanted to talk about.
Now, Merced, obviously you see the things that makes her happy. Are you willing now, after you heard what makes her happy, maybe to compromise and change a little bit?
He's scared.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Maybe.
Well, see, and that's exactly why.
Yeah, him and Han over here hesitating.
I mean,
All right, Lucia, what happened after the singing in the car and afterwards?
Well, he took me to my house. We were holding hands, on the way to the car, and had his arm around me. And then he dropped me off, and a nice soft kiss on my lips. That's it.
Now, William, it sounds like you're a perfect gentleman, very romantic, great
Very
first
romantic.
date. Any regrets?
Yeah, the only regret I had was I brought her one rose. That's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. And now I have a chance to
Make it up to her. All right, what a romantic, right to the very end here. Was the romantic date enough for Lucia to reconsider her relationship with Merced? During the break, they've got to make that decision. We're going to find out what they decide when we come back, so stay here. Back to find out Merced and Lucia's final decision. So here we go. Lucia, we're going to start with you. Now, you've been devoted to Merced for about 6 months now. You made a lot of efforts to make the relationship meaningful. One of the things that you felt is missing, though, is the big romantic part of it. So let's get your decision. Stay together or change of heart.
Okay, well, I had an excellent time with William. He was all romantic and attentive that I wanted him to be, unlike Merced is once in a while. I have invested a lot of time in trying to make things work with me and Merced, and I decided just to stay together and work it out.
Okay, stay together. William. Sorry, William, things didn't work out for you.
No, it's okay.
All right, Merced, let's get your answer now. I know you care a lot about Lucia, and you care about the time that you spend together. She does say she wants to stay together. You were out with Donna. You had a good date. It's your decision. What do you say?
Well, I really like Lucia a lot. We've been through many things.
Killed it.
We have a lot of issues that we've, tried to take care of and work out. And I think that I would have a lot of fun dating other women. I'm gonna have a change of heart.
Change of heart. Now you say other women. What about Donna?
Big mistake. Donna too.
Donna too? Oh, okay. Well, that works out then. And Lucia, it's probably better now that you find out, because what you want is somebody that's going to be really romantic and take care of you. And I'm sure he's out there somewhere for you. So good luck.
That's true.
That is our show for today. Thanks to Lucia and Merced and Donna and William. We'll see you next time right here on Change of Heart.